Dance. 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 You can see that look in my eye. Ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Wanna cry.
This is the truth show.
Please note that this is all alleged.
I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information.
This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy.
All right, fantastic. How y'all doing? Hey, Angela, you always the first person. Welcome. As promised, I'm here. I said I was going to do the show, and I'm here. Okay. Today's live show will more than likely seal any confusion you may have, and hopefully it will be the end of me talking about this new year, and I can move on to bigger and crazier and outlandish and devastating news that has been occurring in the news. Yes, I've heard it all from, oh, thank you, J Hud. Welcome, Alicia. How was your birthday? I hope it was good. Hey, someone had sent me a gift through Cash App. I have to say this. I am so sorry that I didn't get the notification while I was live, primarily because I don't have my Cash App notification on. So I don't know if I'm getting anything. And because I never really got any donations anyway, so I didn't bother having a notification on. So I am definitely so grateful for whoever did. I don't know your real name. I don't know if you use the real name. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So whoever sent it, I am so freaking grateful. This is for you, who sent me a beautiful, outlandish birthday gift. I was smiling. I had tears in my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so sweet. This is literally how I felt. Thank you so much. A salute to you, whoever sent the birthday gift. Thank you. Here we go. I just want to give that to you. Thank you so much. I don't know who did it, but thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, you said it was good. You said your birthday, it was good. My daughter took me. Really? Korean barbecue. Now, I never had Korean barbecue. Well, I'm a vegetarian, so I can't eat it anyway. But if they had some vegan tofu barbecue, you know what? Let me stop. I don't want, that sounds good. I don't like barbecue anyway, but it does sound good. Let me quit. I was starting to get into my sales pitch. I don't even like barbecue, girl. I'm a vegetarian. But it does sound good, though. I'm assuming it was pretty good, right? Who had Korean barbecue? You think it was hibachi, something like that, where we had to grill? Oh, really? Oh, my. Okay. Neat. Well, I'm glad you had a wonderful time for your birthday. That's great. You deserve it, honey. Are y'all ready to learn? Are we ready to learn? Yes, Andra. Andrew said, I am ready. Okay, well, let's do this. Fantastic. Okay, now before we understand the age of Aquarius, we need to understand the age we're stepping out of Pisces. Because we're stepping out of the age of Pisces, okay? This was the era of belief, illusion, sacrifice, and emotional weight. And you have to understand, it shaped us more than we realize. The age of Pisces shaped us more than we realize. Okay. Oh, yes. Our world was shaped by this age. Yes, our world was shaped by this age. Are you guys still with me? Because I see that it was buffering a little bit. Stay with me here. Okay, look like you guys with me? I know it buffered. Stay with me. Even if it does that, still stay with me. I'm so sorry it's doing it, okay? Let me go ahead and put your comments up here. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, now you understand the Bible was shaped by this age. The Bible was literally put together, and I said this during my last live show and probably other live shows. The Bible was literally put together during the age, well, it was during the transition of the age of Aries to the age of Pisces. Okay, it ended at the age of Pisces. There is no book, no philosophy book to tell you what will occur during this age. Okay. Sad to tell you that. I hate to be the one to tell you that, but that's primarily what it is. Okay. So, with that said, with the Bible being shaped and put together by and during the transition of from the age of Aries to the age of Pisces, it shaped our belief, and it was pretty much shaped to believe in an illusion and never question it, because we was taught to believe in an illusion and never question it. Always, do what we're told. Don't question that it doesn't make sense, or for that matter, because we was going to communion every month, getting brainwashed with the food and the blood, doing that little whole origin without knowing that we were doing that. We never thought to question anyway. We just thought it made sense. Now, before we go deep, because I want to go deep. I always go deep. Y'all know me. I want you to take a look at these videos, because we are going to see how the age of Pisces, but this is not about bashing the age of Pisces. So please, anyone who is of the Pisces, the part of the fixed cross, which includes Pisces, the opposite of Pisces is Virgo, and of course, Gemini and Sagittarius. Those are the signs of the fixed cross and the age of Pisces. So if you are Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius, a part of that fixed cross, you are affected by the passing age. Okay? You were definitely affected by that age. So with that said, make sure you are listening to this. This is a glimpse on how that particular age had us fooled. But again, this is not about bashing. I'm going to tell you about the good of the age, and I'm going to tell you about the bad of the age, okay? All right? It's not about bashing that age. It's about revealing the truth about that age, but also giving you insights and good things about the age as well. But I want to tell you what went over our heads and what that age had done in terms of deception. Okay? That is a ritual. It is. Hey, it's your birthday. Oh, it's Mocha Moment's birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and give you some love, girl. Happy birthday. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Here's a salute to you. Happy birthday. She said, thank you. Our Aquarius, no, you're just at the brink, because I believe this is the last day for the transition for the age of Aquarius. Indra said, happy birthday, Mocha. Yeah, I believe the 19th is the last day for, the transition to Pisces. I believe so. Okay, with that said, here is a glimpse of the foolery and the illusion that the passing age of Pisces put upon us. Alicia also said happy birthday too, Mocha. She said thank you. I believe the last day for the transition for the age to Pisces, I believe it's the 19th, because then I believe it starts with the 20th. Let me just find out. Am I correct? You are Aquarius, aren't you, Mocha? Oh, Talking King says happy birthday. And she said thank you. No, you may be wrong. Hold on just a minute. I may be wrong. Hold on. Because I'm always a day off. Yep. It's the 18th. Yep. Alicia was right. It was the 18th. You're right. It's the 18th. So yesterday was. Okay. I was off. Yep. It was January 19th, not February 19th. I always get those mixed up. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So yes, yesterday was the last day. So Mocha, make sure you pay attention to this particular live show, because this will definitely be very insightful for you. Okay. Oh, you're an Aquarius? Oh, welcome, my Aquarius brother. Yes, you're on the cusp. Yep, you're on the cusp. Absolutely. Okay, so with that said, we are going to learn all the trickery and foolery and the lies that were pretty much told to us during the age of Pisces. And I say again, this is not about bashing the age of Pisces / Virgo / Gemini / Sagittarius. It's about revealing the truth. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. All right, now take a listen if you're just listening, but it's pretty pictorial, so you might want to be watching it as well. So if you got to prop it on your whatever you're doing, car, dashboard, whatever the hell you're doing, just pay attention, okay?
The Last Supper was whitewashed. You ever seen the Last Supper painting? Jesus sitting at a long table looking like he just left Milan Fashion Week? Yeah, that's a lie. The real Last Supper wasn't a photo shoot for 12 white guys. Jesus wasn't white. Nope. Jesus and the disciples were darker-skinned, wool-haired men. The Bible, Revelation 1:14, says, hair like wool, skin like burned bronze. Translation, you look more like your uncle at a cookout than some soft Italian model. The real Last Supper, they sat on the ground, tore bread with their hands, not Europeans with wine glasses. Da Vinci painted a lie to make Jesus look acceptable to white Europe. And y'all believe
if the 400-year prophecy in Genesis 15:13 wasn't about Black Americans, then who was it about? Genesis 15:13 says this, know of a surety that thy seed shall be strangers in a land not theirs, shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Strangers in a land not theirs, reclassified, renamed, and denied their own land, even though many were indigenous to America, shall serve them 250 plus years of slavery, then sharecropping, then wage exploitation. The labor never stopped. Afflicted 400 years, 1619 to 2019, from the first documented slave ship to the modern prison pipeline. Exactly 400 years. Then come out with great substance? The awakening, reparations movements, land reclamation, indigenous identity being restored. In 1619, the ship White Lion docked at Point Comfort, Virginia. That marked the start of institutionalized slavery in British America. The 400 Years of African American History Commission Act, passed by Congress in 2018, acknowledged the 1619 to 2019 timeline. Historical census records show indigenous tribes were reclassified as Negro and colored. Revelation 11:8 calls the future oppressor spiritually Sodom and Egypt, not literal Egypt. That's code. That's America. This prophecy never fit ancient Egypt. Israelites weren't in bondage 400 years. They lived freely for the first half. But Black Americans, enslaved, lynched, segregated, redlined, incarcerated for 4 centuries straight. This ain't just history. This is prophecy fulfilled. The seed of Abraham didn't die in the wilderness. It got buried in America and is rising up again.
Christians, do you know?
there's some insight that I want you guys to understand. You do realize Jesus never wrote the Bible. The words in the Bible was hearsay and assumption. He was long dead, or whatever you want to call it, risen, whatever, long before the Bible was even written. So that age put that veil over your head to not even question it. And all the things they say, well, Yeshua was his name. All the things that they say Yeshua even said, all the things they say he said, he didn't even say. They embellished, made up some stuff, anything to go along with whatever message they were doing. Pastors are not here to, not all of them, some of them are definitely insightful. They do want to help. But most of them are literally just hustlers who learn how to make money off people's guilt. They sell false hope. The church is not there to save souls. The church is there to collect souls by any means necessary, by preying on your guilt, by giving you false hope, literally. Okay? Now, if you're a true Christian, you're probably going to find this very offensive, but I did give you a trigger warning in the beginning of my live show. Okay? This passing age made us believe in the illusion of this particular faith, this belief, without questioning it, because that veil was definitely on your head. Now, we're going to talk about the negatives, then we're going to talk about the positives. Okay? But remember, most of the things they say Yeshua, I got to remind myself to say that. Most of the things they say Yeshua said, he or she, is still a question if it was a male or female, but we're going to say male just for argument's sake, did not say it. It has not been verified that he said. It's just been an assumption he said it, or they just made up and said he said it. Okay? Those are actually facts. Okay? And a lot of stuff, they said Jesus said this, Jesus going to, they make up all these things. He's going to send me a man. He's going to protect. What is this micro, watching God? I'm like, where are you getting all this stuff that he said? I never read this in the Bible. They just make up stuff. Listen to this.
That there is not one word in the Bible that was written by Jesus or spoken by a Jesus. I never thought about that as a believer, former believer. I thought, Christians, do you know that there is not one word in the Bible that was written by Jesus or spoken by a Jesus? I never thought about that as a believer, former believer. I thought that the Bible was the word of God. You know what that does? That causes you to read the Bible in a way that you should not. For instance, I just said Jesus didn't say one word in the Bible. Now you are grabbing your Bibles right now, shaking them up, shaking them over your head, saying, here are the red letters. Jesus said this. Please, after I say what I'm about to say, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be scared to the degree that you will not check yourself. Go back and find one word that Jesus wrote in that Bible. When you think you found it, go back to the authorship, turn to the front page of whatever book you're reading in the Gospels, and tell me who's writing. Oh, and if you didn't know this, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were names attributed by the church. Of course, those are not Middle Eastern names that would have been prevalent at that time. No, but that's another story. But you have anonymous people saying that this is what a Jesus said, but you do not have a Jesus saying anything. Your pastor has some explaining to do.
Do you have any questions regarding that? That means a lot of things and a lot of information in the Bible that they claim Yeshua said was just manipulations by the church for their need to control. Remember, the church is not there to save souls, they're there to collect souls. Okay, we got to turn everything on its back. Everything we thought was good, we can't see it as good anymore. Everything we thought was evil, we can't see it evil, depending on what it is. Use common sense now. Don't turn everything on its back. Some was right from the gate. Okay, let's be realistic here. Okay, Don't get it misinterpreted. Don't get it misinterpreted. Now, let me see your questions before I move on to the next slide here. You said, I wanted to ask you, can you tell me why they say Jehovah instead of God? Interesting. Well, first of all, God is not Jehovah. We should probably clear that crap up right now. God is not Jehovah. Okay. Let's go ahead and clear the air about that now. Because I think a lot of people. Well, here's the thing. A lot of them got that particular name from Genesis 2:4, because the Hebrew word for Jehovah only occurs like for the first time in Genesis 2:4. I mean, it says, I'm trying to remember here. It says something about it talks about the heavens and the earth, and the Lord God make the heaven, whatever. And you probably see it somewhere in Revelation or something like that. But the Hebrew word for Lord is Yahweh or Yeshua. Okay. But there was definitely uncertainty. There are ones, names have been added. So in addition, it is incorrect to refer to God as Jehovah, but names got added and people start calling him other names, but he's not Jehovah because there are no vowels in the word, and the Jews regarded the name as unspeakable. So consequently, the word pronunciation of the word has been lost over time. So therefore, the vowels have been added later, and that's where the misconfusion and mispronunciation came from. But no, God is not Jehovah. That is a name that is made up later. They made that name up later, along with other names that they call him. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Okay. That name didn't start coming to fruition into the English language until around the 1500s, believe it or not. It was unknown. I mean, no one knew who that was. It was like, okay, who is that? I mean, even though people pronounce Yahweh as Jehovah, it's not correct. They just named him that. So it just came in later. Definitely positive vibes. Definitely positive vibes. Me either. I was once a believer too. If you guys been here for me for years, when I started transitioning, I started waking up. Oh, I'm glad you understand now. Yeah, just hanging with me. It's going to do that. You know how they are. Me too. I'm glad too. Now, remember, if you guys still want to, give gifts for my birthday, the link is in my description. I did remember to put in the description. I really appreciate it. Okay. And thanks to whoever sent me a birthday gift last night. I'm sorry I didn't get the notification for my Cash App. Again, I don't have notification on. I didn't get it until this morning, I believe, when I decided to check it. So thank you for whoever did that. I don't know your name because I don't think your name matches the name you have on your handle on YouTube, but thank you so much. And thank you to anyone who has done it. Alicia has done it. And anyone else who wants to do it in the future. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Okay, now let's move on to the next show here. Okay, now we're going to talk about what was the age of Pisces. Okay, the age of faith, feeling, and illusion. I gave you a little peek of the illusion and the lies that was told by us. And as you can see in this picture here, okay, as you can see in this picture, it gives you a glimpse of the fog that was put on us to not see what's underneath it. It's so foggy, isn't it? It's very foggy. Because that's where our mind was for our entire life. We were foggy. We weren't aware. We weren't seeing clearly. See, the age of Pisces wasn't mystical. It was a psychological. It was very psychological. It taught people to follow, to believe, to sacrifice, and to suppress and ignore. Don't express yourself. Suppress, ignore. Get on your knees, bow your head, and close your hands. Close your eyes. Pray to the unknown. Don't question the unknown. It's a sin to question the unknown. Just do what you were told. your salvation will come after you dead. Not when you're alive, but when you're dead. I mean, you can't do nothing after them. I mean, what the hell are you going to do? Sue them? Nothing. We had people teaching to believe lies, and a genocide of God was the way to the truth. We were taught Lucifer was evil for trying to open our eyes to the truth. What did he do that was evil? Lucifer and Satan are two different people, okay? Lucifer, there's nothing bad about Lucifer in the Bible. Satan was a worker for God. The genocidal person who was killing everything and being dominant, jealous, and tell you not to, enhance your gifts, ignore them. Told you to stand away from voodoo or crystals or anything that he probably doing or they're doing or the church is doing. He told you that was evil. And if you don't, he's going to kill you. So, but he had Satan, which was his workers. He was there to tempt people and do God's bidding. Lucifer was equivalent to God. They were brothers. Yeah, Lucifer just wanted to tell you the truth. We were taught to hate him, but they combined them all and turned them to the name devil. Even though there are different entities, different jobs, different everything. Okay, and I'll explain that a little later. Okay, so we were taught Lucifer was evil for trying to open our eyes to the truth. But who really was evil? Who really was evil? Because in this particular live show, you are going to be so enlightened. I'm going to break down each sign: Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. I'm going to break down this entire passing age. So all questions will be answered. If you want to ask questions at the end, if you have any questions at the end, by all means, put them in the comment section. If you want to come up, that's fantastic. But I would definitely give every answer that has been sought out. That is my goal for this live show. Okay, now it's time. Now, you guys saw the lies and the veil they were putting over our head in terms of the Bible. Jesus never said any of those things. Now it's time for you to see the truth. And I must warn you, my Christians, a lot of you saw this video already because I already put it on my shorts, but I'm going to break down a lot of the illusion that the Age of Pisces definitely put forth upon us. Okay, I'm going to talk about the evil first, and I'm going to talk about the good first. This is not here to bash, it's here to give you enlightenment.
Lucifer, Latin word meaning light bringer, a metaphor for Venus, not a demon. Satan, a Hebrew job title meaning the accuser, basically the cosmic prosecutor. Lucifer, Latin word meaning light bringer, a metaphor for Venus, not a demon. Satan, a Hebrew job title meaning the accuser, basically the cosmic prosecutor, not a fallen angel. The devil, a later mashup created from folklore, politics, and fear-based storytelling. Now here's the twist. Revelation says 666 is the number of a man. And the most common form of carbon, the element that makes up the human body, is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. So maybe 666 was never about a monster. Maybe it was about us, the physical human condition. And the Age of Aquarius, that's the era of awakening, truth, and revelation. Not the end of the world, the end of the old world. Maybe the real villain was ignorance, and the revelation is the awakening. Let's talk. We already know Lucifer in the original text meant light bringer, the morning star. And when you trace that symbolism back, it lines up with Venus. And Venus lines up with Isis, the Egyptian goddess of light, wisdom, and protection. Guess what? The Statue of Liberty, torch of enlightenment, crown of radiant rays, robed feminine figure, protector of travelers and the oppressed.
That's Isis's entire archetype, meaning these features represent goddess Isis. I'm not done yet. There's more. The sculptor originally wanted to build a colossal Egyptian woman at the Suez Canal before he ever designed Lady Liberty. It's not a conspiracy. It's mythology, history, and feminine divinity repackaged across cultures. It's goddess Isis.
You have not read the Bible. If I had $1 for every time that your God either killed someone directly or instructed someone else to kill someone, I'd be Daddy Warbucks. Here's a few examples, just a few. Genesis 7, God sends a flood to kill the entire population on earth aside from Noah and his family. 1 Samuel 15, God commands the slaughter of the Amalekites, including all of the children. Exodus 12, God kills all the firstborns in Egypt. Numbers 21, God sends venomous snakes to kill his own people. Genesis 19, God destroys Sodom and Gomorrah, killing everyone residing there. Exodus 14, God hardens the Pharaoh's heart for like the 5th time and causes the Pharaoh to go after the Israelites that he just set free. Then God drowns the Pharaoh and all of his army. Joshua 8, God commands the Israelites to kill 12,000 innocent men and women in the city of Ai. Numbers 31, God commands the slaughter of the Midianite men and the non-virgin women. God also commands the Israelites to take the virgin women for themselves. What a loving God. Judges 7 and 8, God commands Gideon and his 300 men to attack the Midianites, and 120,000 men are killed. 2 Kings 2, God sends 2 bears to maul 42 boys to death. Number 16, God splits open the earth, swallowing up 3 men and their families. Also in number 16, God sends a plague to kill 14,700 people because the Israelites were upset with God for killing those 3 men and their families. God really said, oh, you don't like me killing people? Let me kill more people. Judges 16, God helps Samson kill himself and a bunch of Philistines along with him. Exodus 32, God commands the Levites to kill their brothers, friends, and their neighbors. 1 Samuel 6, God strikes down 70 people for looking inside the ark of the Lord. Some Hebrew manuscripts say 50,070, but my Bible says 70. 2 Samuel 24, God sends a plague to kill 70,000 innocent people as punishment for David counting all of the fighting men in Israel. Isaiah 37, God kills 185,000 Assyrians in their sleep. I could go on. Those are just the ones that I know off the top of my head. And please miss me with that, oh, but that was the Old Testament bullshit, because y'all certainly care about the Old Testament when it comes to the story of creation, Adam and Eve, Noah and the ark, the 10 Commandments, Moses, King David, and those few verses in Leviticus about being gay. Yeah, all of a sudden y'all care about the Old Testament then, huh? Plus, your own God says in Malachi 3 and 6 that he does not change, meaning he's the same murderous God in both the Old and New Testaments. This is probably one of the easiest videos that I've made, and it's not like that one Christian that I made a video responding to who somehow didn't know that there was rape in the Bible. Anyone with a brain who has heard of this God knows that he's a killer. Yahweh is literally a war god. That's why there's so many instances of him telling his people to go into battle and kill everyone. He's a bloodthirsty, murderous war god. What I'm struggling to find in the Bible, though, is this many instances of this God showing love. Christians are so convinced that God is love when there's little evidence of that in the Bible, but there's plenty of evidence that he's a killer, and y'all are finding that hard to believe? I know the whole thing with Christians is like having faith and believing in shit that you can't see, but I didn't know that y'all were just blatantly ignoring evidence that's right in front of your face.
Oh, sorry about that, you guys. I thought I was talking. I keep forgetting to unmute myself. I'm so sorry. All right. That is blatant. That is the truth. That is pure honesty. Okay. Thanks for telling me, Mocha, because I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I'm just going on and on and on. So if you haven't got anything from that, that should gave you a wake-up call. That should definitely have gave you insight in the world that we're living in right now in terms of the political world. It is not uncommon. It is not a confusion to feel that the federal government is ran by hardcore Christians. Trump is not even a Christian. Trump is not even a Christian, okay? But he's acting like a Christian. He had blatantly said he's not a Christian. He said it several times, but it goes over people's head. But he's pleasing the Christians because he's mirroring the God in the Bible. The God in the Bible is literally telling us that he doesn't like freedom of speech. He doesn't like freedom in general. He don't like women. And apparently he don't like people with melanin either. He loves war. He loves bloodshed. He just loves violence in general. And he wants you to do whatever hell he tell you to do. He don't promise, okay, I'm going to give you a loved one or a husband or a spouse or a girlfriend. He don't promise any of those things. If the church is, he don't even promise you peace. He just tell you just to believe in me and me only. That's it. So if the church or the pastors are telling you, oh, you know what? If you believe in God, he will give you salvation. He will take away your pain. I'm like, where in the Bible does he say that? Because so far, only thing I am reading in the Bible and what I'm learning is that he's inflicting pain. He's not taking away the pain. He's inflicting it from what I can see. So remember, the pastors and preachers or whoever they are not selling salvation. They are not selling peace. They are selling hope. Churches are there to collect souls, not to save them. Now, do the pastors know they're doing that? No. They are just mirroring what their predecessors, their admirers, their teachers have done. They all just copycats. They don't really read the Bible for what it is, because I guarantee if they read the Bible what it is, they would not be doing what they're doing, especially if they're having morality or integrity. But a lot of these pastors used to be hustlers and street mongrels or whatever, and they just say, okay, I can make more money by selling guilt and hope. They'll tell you their story too. They'll make it their testimony. Oh, I used to be on the street selling drugs. I used to do this and I used to do that. You know, they would tell you that. They will literally tell you, like, I used to do this, I used to do that, I used to do that. Make it their testimony. But seriously, they're not changing. They're not telling you the truth. Half of them don't even read the Bible. They just pick the same scriptures and go from the same scriptures over and over and over again. Seriously, you guys really, really need to start calling some of these pastors out. Call them out. Stop the collecting of souls. We need to start saving souls, not collect them. This is the time to speak out. Okay?
Lucifer.
And again, this political world, if you have not noticed, is literally mirroring the God in the Bible. And I can't say that enough. Now, with that said, let's go to the next slide here. We are going to talk about the signs Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius. They are the signs of the passing age. They are part of the fixed cross of the passing age of Pisces. Okay. As I said, for this new age, the fixed cross includes all directions here. Okay. We have east, water, and Pisces. South, fire, and Sagittarius. North is earth and Virgo. And west is air and Gemini. These are the signs of the fixed cross and all the elements of earth: water, fire, earth, and air. East, west, north, and south. So these were the signs that were affected by the passing age. These four signs, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius, were the emotional, mental, and spiritual workers of the last age. But some of them weren't trying to make a difference. Someone was using it to come up, okay? Someone were using it to come up on the blood and pain of others. Someone were wolves in sheep clothing. They were evil, okay? Let me just break it down by each sign, okay? I'm going to break it down by each sign here. We're going to start with Pisces. Do I have any Pisces in the house? If there are any Pisces in the house, please put it in there. Put any Pisces. I believe, yeah. Mocha, you're a Pisces. I believe you said you're a Pisces, right? Okay, Mocha is a Pisces. Okay, Pisces was your age. And please tell me if this resonates with you and what I'm saying, okay? Okay. You said, girl, I come from the oldest Bible Ethiopian Jubilee where I tapped in with roots. Preach. Yeah. Okay. To my Pisces people. My Pisces people. Listen, I know some of you may felt weak or sometimes out of body. But please understand, you weren't weak. You weren't weak. You were just overloaded with all the Pisces age influence and attention. Heck, you may even have tried to escape, but couldn't. Someone or something always found you and stopped you through, some spikes in the road, some barricades in the road. They're always trying to stop you from reaching your goal in certain circumstances. Because of that age, you were given you understand, because of that age, you were given a boost of cosmic help in all of your senses, but you was also tracking good and bad. And because it was the age of illusion, you may have gotten away with a lot of crap too. Now, of course, that cosmic influence has subsided and you are just ordinary person now. You will see who truly cares about you now. So this is the positive perks of this new age. You will be forced now to be real and not hide under the illusion of the age of Pisces, because believe it or not, Pisces, they do observe and they collect pain. They take everything internally. They escape to survive sometimes because it was overwhelming that age. I mean, we saw it in Michael Jackson, who was half Virgo and half Pisces, because they felt everything and it was overwhelming. This escape sometimes resulted in many addiction, drugs, sex, violence, more isolation, work more just for distraction, to get your mind to turn off. But they felt understood because they were carrying emotions that weren't even theirs. They're carrying the age of Pisces. But guess what? Now that cosmic attention, weight, and influence is over. You can now exhale and be yourself. Enjoy being a normal human being without that cosmic influence, okay? Because I know the last age was definitely a burden. Someone saw it as a burden, especially if you really genuinely are a good person. But someone saw that huge cosmic influence as a huge come up. Then you will reap all the bad things that you laid off. You cannot build a solid foundation on shady and unstabilized roots. That structure will fall. The more you lay on it, the more it will fall. Okay, but if you were trying to build it on a good foundation, you kept going back, patching it up, then you deserve everything that's coming to you. You deserve for people to see your authentic self and it's not being veiled or misunderstood. You deserve to be yourself. You deserve to be free now. So this picture explained how you were feeling. You were feeling the weight of that water. You were feeling the weight of that age. You felt like you were drowning. You was too busy trying to swim to the surface, but you could never get there. Although it was beautiful when you was able to float and people didn't see the authentic you, and that veil was there, and you may have gotten away with a lot of stuff, and you may have not gotten away with a lot of stuff. Because of that cosmic age, you were put in the spotlight to be exposed sooner than later, but also forgiven in certain circumstances that you knew you shouldn't have gotten forgiven for. That was the confusion of that age. But now you can swim up, look at the sunlight, smell the air, go to the surface, sit in the sand. You are free. You can exhale now. Now, if you are still in this cosmic age, because you are carrying the sun and moon of this age. So if your Pisces is a sun and your moon is, I don't know, Aquarius or something, you still may feel the influence of this new age. Maybe not as great, but you still will feel it. Okay, she said it wasn't a lie. That's good, good, good. Okay, you said the age of Pisces is where religion and spiritual belief dominated. Mankind's influence on life. We are now, yes. You basically said what I just said. Absolutely. Yes. We are now moving into the age of Aquarius, which has influenced mankind to pursue technology and AI. I love it. I love technology. I don't know if all Pisces are like, I'm not Pisces, Aquarius. I don't know if all Aquarius is like that, but I love me some technology. Enoch was removed and Jesus was born today. You said that's so true because my daughter's a Pisces, birthday next month. Oh, tell her I said happy birthday. And yes, I'm sure she's been feeling it too. Tell your daughter if she was feeling all that pressure and if she liked it or didn't like it. I don't know how she took it. Some people took advantage of having that veil and that spotlight. If she didn't, tell her now she can rest now. She can be herself. Enjoy it. Okay. You said Pisces, I am spiritual and have, yes. You said your mom is Virgo? Okay. You might want to listen to this next one. I know it was. I know. Now you probably feel a lot of that being stripped away, but I must warn you, Mocha, you're going to probably see the truth of a lot of people now. A lot of people who were influenced by that Pisces age. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see their true identity. Someone may, still be the same, and someone you might not even recognize. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I love me some technology. Okay. Now, for this next one here, it's for my Virgos. So Virgos, please pay attention to this. My Virgos, if you're a Virgo sun or moon, pay attention. The Virgos are the healer. The Virgos are the healer. They were the healer of the last age. Okay. Really? I can imagine. Virgos were always labeled as controlling. But guess what? You weren't controlling. You were just trying to keep the world together. And send this to all your Virgos too. And send a Pisces to all your Pisces. I'll have the time. I have the timestamps for each of these signs in, at the end of the live show. Okay, within the hour of the last slide, or at the end of the show, I'll have the timestamp so you can just share it or go back and listen to it or whatever you want to do. Okay. But make sure you guys hit the like button and share. Okay. Virgos, please pay attention to this. My Virgos. Do we have any Virgos in the house? Oh, your moon is a Virgo. Okay. Ooh, girl, you was a, oh my gosh. So you were a double decker of the last age. Girl. I know you happy. Oh, then your daughter definitely got along, but y'all probably also clashed too. Oh my. Okay, but listen to my Virgos. Whether you're a Virgo sun and moon, Virgos were always labeled as controlling. But guess what? You weren't controlling. You were just trying to keep the world together. You were trying to keep everything and everybody together. It's like this man here. He was just trying to unwind chaos and put it back in order again. He can't help it. It's just what y'all do. It's in y'all freaking nature to do it. Y'all do it on autopilot sometimes. It's not even an act. You just do it. You can't help it. It's like OCD. Okay? So Virgos was just trying to keep everything and everybody together. Yes, you could come across as bossy, rude, and weird, especially for those who don't see why do it and what's the point. No one's going to appreciate it. But that's what makes you so important and also annoying because you always want to fix everything. You are such micromanagers. You see, Virgos took responsibility for everyone and everything. They tried to fix what wasn't even theirs or their business. Perfectionism became their protection. If everything is in order, that they like it, that it's a coping mechanism. It makes them feel safe. Like, this is where this is supposed to be. This is where this is supposed to be. Just do it this way, please. I don't know why I just want it this way. Okay, just do it the way I asked you to do it. That's what it's like, a protection, a shield for them. Guilt became a habit. Literally, their guilt became a habit. They fed off the guilt because their guilt allows them to try to fix why they're guilty. Another project. But like I said in my last live show, don't be fooled by those who use your weaknesses and your strengths for monetary gain. Again, wolves in sheep clothing. And you being within the fixed cross of the age of Pisces, and Pisces is the opposite of you, and Virgo is so on and so forth. So Pisces is the opposite of Virgo, and Virgo is the Pisces. You know, you get the drift. I don't have to keep explaining myself. You may have felt the need to fix more and work more, help everyone and everything. And everything needs to be perfect. It also helped cover up a lot of your flaws as well. Because you were too busy trying to fix their flaws. No one saw your flaws. And you kind of like that too. It became a protection, a shield for you. Okay? So it covered up a lot of your flaws, especially this age, and evil actions if you have any. However, now it's the time for you to rest and stop trying to solve everything and be perfect. You no longer have to be perfect. You can be yourself. Maybe start teaching people how to be a perfectionist, how to be so organized. Teach people some of your organization skills. Let them know the real you. You can excel. You don't have to try to fix everything anymore. Okay? You can be, laid back and just let somebody else take the reign for a change. Turn off that OCD mind and chill the hell out. I know you like to fix and heal everything, but you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to carry that burden, my Virgos, okay? You said your son and best friend is Virgo, and there is something that I know they are. Okay? Yes. Yes, you have to. Let them figure it out on their own. Now, if you have been using this age as a way to make a come up and maybe you one of those type of people who likes being controlling and bossy and whatever, and you like hiding behind your perfectionism. You like hiding behind trying to be perfect. You like hiding behind the illusion of them thinking you're perfect. If you are one of those type of individuals where you have literally depicted and crafted the perfect image of yourself, not real, to point people starting to think that you are some entity or god or goddesses, this age will reveal the truth of who you really are. Okay? You will no longer be able to hide behind the crafted image that you perfected for yourself, because this age will wash it all the way. Remember, Aquarius is the air sign, but it's the water barrier. And we know what happens after every storm, don't we? So this may be a time during this transition where everyone is confused and dealing with the crap we're dealing in this political world to finally unlay and layer a lot of crap that you perfected that was not you. It's time for you to show your authentic self. Do the things you always wanted to do that you was afraid to do. So you did craft this fictitious image of yourself. It's time to not do. Take it away. Take it away. If it's the weight, if it's the whatever, I'm not sure what it was. Who the hell cares? Just show them who you are. Like I said in my last live show, if you want to do a random live show, pick up your phone and do a random live show. If you want to show people how you love to cook, or show them the really weird things that you like to do, but you're afraid to show people, you'd be surprised how many weird things people do they can relate to. It's time for you to be humble and not be so damn perfect. Okay? Well, that's good. That's good. Okay? So again, this new age will allow you to be your authentic self, and people will embrace your authenticity and not the perfected fictitious image that you brought forth in front of the world or your peers. They will love you more for being authentic. Now, if they find out everything about you was a lie, then you will be remembered for being a liar and fake. You will be remembered for that. That's your fault for being so fake. Okay, now if it's just something stupid like vanity hair, like I said, or your security, okay, we get that. But everything about you is a fucking lie. Okay, then I hate to tell you, this new age is going to probably remember you as a liar and fake. Okay, now my Geminis. Geminis are the messengers. Okay. If you have, do I have any Geminis in the house? Do I have any Geminis in the house? Let me know if I have any Geminis in the house. Do I have any Geminis in the house? Okay, Geminis. Whew. Gosh. Okay, Geminis. Here we go. Oh, Eva, you said you're Virgo. I hope that helped you, and did anything I say resonated with you. Please let me know. Okay. Geminis, I love you. I love all the signs. Literally, I love all. I don't know a lot about Capricorns. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know a lot about Capricorns and Cancers and Libras. I don't know a lot about them. I'm gonna be real. I'm in learning gradually, but not intensely of the other signs. So, Geminis, I love you. I do. My husband is a Gemini. I mean, believe it or not, the only sign in the entire zodiac that could handle a Gemini is an Aquarius. I'm be real with you. And study has shown we the only, as an Aquarius, the only sign that can handle these Geminis. Because we love your mind, your randomness, your heart, and we can also disconnect our feelings. Okay? And your randomness. I mean, we can see us disconnecting. Aquarius is having the ability disconnecting is good, because when you get into one of your moods, it's easy for us to not be so offended and argue back with you, because you don't want to argue with a Gemini, because they will get the last word whether you want it or not. It's pointless to argue with Gemini. You just can't. Okay, so you need someone who can disconnect their feelings and not carry on the argument where it get bloody. I heard, oh my gosh, I'm learning a little bit more about Capricorns. I heard. Okay. So we also know how to bring you back to the surface when you get into one of your moods and randomness. We also know how to bring you back to the surface and back to life and reality, because Geminis can get lost in their mind and their thoughts, because I'm going to explain why that affected them so crazily and so intensely within this age of Pisces, because they are within the fixed cross of the age of Pisces. Okay. So Aquarius and Geminis were able to feed off each other, because we know you weren't scatterbrained. You were just processing too much. That the age of Pisces was giving you a way more information that you were intended to even have or want. Okay? Because that's what Geminis are. They're the messenger. They always want to know everything. You know what I mean? Because of the information that you were constantly processing, it became overwhelming. You see, Geminis are known, again, to process much information, too much information. They could get so overstimulated and be pulled in so many different directions, and then they're blamed or caught scatterbrained, when in actuality, they were just overwhelmed with all the information they were getting. And because no one was able to understand them. And again, you being within the fixed cross of the age of Pisces, you were getting such an overload of attention, good or bad. You were getting an overload with information, visions, feelings, etc. You were also able to get away with a lot of crap too, because this age put a veil over reality and your true self. People weren't able to see your true self. You were able to hide behind your knowledge and your alleged intelligence. Some are very much intelligent, some are ignorant as hell. Because that age was able to put that veil over them, they couldn't see your true self. Now, depending on your upbringing and mental stability, you will be determined how, or you will determine how to use your power. So if you were upbringed to have some morality, some integrity, to think before you act, treat people with kind and respect, okay, you were able to navigate on how to use that particular power and that cosmic influence. Some people took advantage of it. Now that the age has passed, that creative boost may have dropped a little bit. You may feel no longer inspired anymore. You may not have that high anymore. Okay? But please do me a favor. Don't resort in drugs, liquor, sex, or any stupid things you may feel will help you get that inspiration. Do what you're known to do. Learn, be creative, and Inhale more information. Figure out what's going on. Live. And let go those who are not following that agenda or plan. Okay. But if you build your image on lies and fictitious facades of intelligence, you will be exposed and people will see your true, authentic self, which is what we're currently seeing in Donald Trump, who is a Gemini and Sagittarius. He's the sun Gemini and the moon Sagittarius. So imagine the veil over people's head to manage. And I mean, imagine the veil being lifted and how people are truly seeing Donald Trump now after the veil has been lifted. They're saying, okay, he wasn't smart. He wasn't intelligent. He was a freaking idiot and crazy as hell. That's what the age did. It gave people an illusion of whatever that weren't there. Okay? Or that wasn't there. Sorry. That's what that age did. Look what's happening to Kanye West. He's an intelligent person, but because he wasn't able to navigate or organize his thoughts carefully, because he went to drugs, he went to sex, he was hanging around the wrong people, people were trying to use him, he wasn't able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Grasp hold to reality or anything that made sense. And no one was helping him either. His mother was helping him, I'm assuming, because he tend to have lost it afterwards. He tried marrying Kim Kardashian. She just wanted to use him for his artistic creativity and his intelligence and whatever else you can bring forth. Now she's using her daughter, but you get the gist. Okay. But again, if you built your entire image on lies and you took advantage of the Pisces age and the age of illusion, this age would expose you for your true authentic self, and it's not going to be good. You're going to be remembered not for if you did anything good. You're going to be remembered for all the dirty crap that you had done, all the lies you told. And it's going to be known about you for that for the rest of your life. Just want to point that out. But if you're on the cusp of being known for some evil, because you turned evil because you weren't able to figure out where your path is, stop what you're doing right now and turn right back and do what you were trying to do. Learn everything, process everything, and be your true authentic self, and surround yourself with positive people who are on the same path that you want to be on. It's time for you to stop right now. Or just be lost in this illusion, in this chaotic world that you created for yourself. Let me move on to the next one. Okay. Then we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh boy, Sagittarius are something else. Do we have any Sagittarius in the house? And are there any Sagittarius in the house? Do I have any Sagittarius in there? If we have any Sagittarius, you might want to listen to this next one. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, you being within the fixed cross of the age of Pisces, you probably felt like you were lost or didn't know if you were coming or going. Okay. I'm here to tell you, you weren't lost. You were just trying to find the truth in a confusing era. It's like this. You see this person here walking, trying to find where this light is shining at, in the midst of darkness, in the midst of a desert or nothing. That's what the mind of the Sagittarius was literally doing during this entire freaking era. He is? Okay. So Sagittarius, you being within the fixed cross of the age of Pisces, again, you probably felt like you were lost or didn't know if you were coming to ground. I'm here to tell you weren't lost. You were just trying to find the truth in this confusing era, as I stated. That literally puts you on and in a spotlight. I mean, this age with the passing age Pisces put you in a spotlight. It put a spotlight on you. Even though you felt like this, but you weren't. The spotlight was on you. You may have been restless and was constantly looking for ways, whether it was work, making money, violence, drugs, sex, whatever it was, just to calm your mind or distract you, because you were always trying to search for a meaning and reason why you weren't able to be happy or satisfied, why that satisfaction feeling was never, ever coming. The Age of Pisces kept you on the hunt, hence the hunter, the arrow, always kept you on the hunt for something, because you being within the age of that fixed cross, you carry the philosophical weight. And again, I say we're searching for the meaning in that confusing era that kept you swinging between extremes, trying to find the truth. But the age of illusion also kept the veil over people's eyes. So you may have gotten away with a lot of dirt too during your hunt, trying to find yourself, trying to find a satisfaction, trying to find the meaning of life. Hopping here, hopping there, using this, using that, and that. Getting away with it. You know, you're not reaping the repercussions of your hunt, okay? Because the age kept the veil over people's heads. So you just got away with a lot of shit, okay? A lot of crap, okay? However, the veil lifted now so you can rest. You can rest now if you didn't do a lot of dirt. But because the spotlight is no longer on you, yes, you can rest. You can rest your mind, you can rest your body, and be you, or simply finally find what you've been trying to search for. But remember, because of this age of authenticity, some of the bad things you did do, you didn't own up to, or desperately tried to bury, will resurface. Because I say again, the veil is lifted and people are awake now. And remember, you can't build something on a, then please pay attention to this, because please pay attention to this. Please pay attention to this. Okay? You can't build something solid on a weak, shaky, and false surface. The more you pile on it, it will weaken the foundation that wasn't solid to begin with. Your tower will crumble. Now, this may be good because now you could start fresh and true and build your foundation solid, firm, and strong. Okay? But if you're desperately trying to cover up your shaky, weak, fake, fictitious foundation, the downfall will be that much worse, because that will mean your tower and path of pain and evil doing will become exposed at the most inconvenient, unexpected time. And it will never recover, because you will suffer within the crumbling of your tower. Not you on the outside looking at it like, damn, I did make this really screwed up, I should probably fix it. No, you're going to be within the crumbling of that tower. You will fall down with it. It will be no recover at all. You will be remembered for all the bad things that you did at the foundation of that tower that you're desperately trying to cover up with whatever good ramifications you're doing, but still add bad stuff in the middle of it too. That's what this new age is going to do. Now, I would say to try to come clean. Try to correct your wrongs. Own up to what you had done. Own up to it. Be true. Be authentic. Rebuild that tower with authentic, but you can't just shove it away and ignore it and then try to rebuild a whole nother goddamn tower. No, you can't do that. That's not going to work. This age will dig deep. What does every storm do? What does every tornado do? What I mean, there's always first, there's always calm before the storm. There's always silence and peace before the storm, isn't it? And then what happens within the storm? Everything gets torn up. Everything. You see everything, the foundation, everything that you desperately try to hide, it will come up. You try to just put it and shove it away and never see about it or talk about it again, it will come to the surface. You can't hide that stuff. You can't just bury it and say, okay, I did a lot of good things too, but you build good and you said bad. And you build good and you do bad. It's like a Jenga. You can't do that. There's going to be holes within those good, solid foundation. And what happened? It falls. You can't do that. This age would definitely reveal it. As we're seeing it with the Jeffrey Epstein files, we're seeing it with Donald Trump, we're seeing it with Bill Gates, we're seeing it with so many people. We're seeing it with so many people who we didn't even know were bad. They are being exposed for all the dirty and sick things they are doing. You cannot hide anymore. Now, I would say be your true, authentic self and be happy that you no longer feel that you have to hunt and find the satisfaction. I would say now try to find the satisfaction and stop hunting for something. Now you can finally see what you've been trying to search for. I just hope that what you did in the past don't stop you from doing it. It will, but I'm saying I hope it doesn't. I hope it's not so bad. Will it stop you from getting the peace and the satisfaction and the need and I don't know, the opportunity to just rest. I hope it don't stop you from having the moment in time to rest. But if you had done a lot of crazy shit in the past, you are not going to rest. You are just be prepared to just reap for everything you fucking sow. You can run away from it, lie, hide behind whoever it's going to find you, because every tornado finds everything. It destroys everything in its path. Only thing is left is the foundation it was before it got built, or anything got built on it. I should have said. Okay, just want to point that out. Now let's move on here. You said, what side is the best sign for Aquarius today? Oh, Leos. Leos is literally a Leo is the opposite of an Aquarius, and they are considered a dynamic duo. Geminis are always good as well. I don't really know any other signs. I mean, I told you I always get Sagittarius and Geminis attracting to me. Pisces always attracted to me. Lately Capricorns, I met one Capricorn. He was very clingy. I don't know a lot about Capricorns other than they're work driven. I mean, you give them a job, they have tunnel vision to their assignment. It's kind of sick, but we can get into that another day. I mean, at the end of the show, if you have questions, you can just ask me the question. Okay, now what we're leaving behind, because I don't want the people in the Pisces age. Oh yeah, definitely. Get ready. And Rhonda said, hey y'all. Okay, what we're leaving behind. Because I don't want people of the Pisces age feel like you've been attacked and you just this worst thing coming. No. That era taught, yeah, okay, it did teach people how to hide their truth, not express it. It did teach people, well, it did teach people to believe a controlling and vindictive genocidal God who has you either do it his way or whatever. I mean, it did do that. It taught us to believe, again, a controlling, vindictive God. It was all he cared about. Just control. It did teach us how to think those particular people or individuals' identities were the good people, and they were just showing how much they care about you. And that's all it was doing. It's just showing how much they care about you. Can you see it? Can you hear me now? Okay. It also taught us not to give a woman a throne or a voice. Let the man carry all the weight of the world. Men are only the divine identities. Women are just burdens and, elected slaves and baby carriers. That's what the era in the Bible taught us. It taught us to suppress our emotions, experiences, and more, and always be willing to self-sacrifice and believe the illusion and deny anything that objects it. That's what the Pisces era in the Bible taught you. We were taught that evil was good and that the bad was, good. Yeah. We were kept from the truth of our origins and our history and our gifts. We were told if you do have a gift of psychic ability or healing or voodoo that helps heal people and give people insight and questions answered and some kind of something to look forward to, it was considered evil. He was the only person that's supposed to have those gifts. You don't supposed to have gifts. You are beneath them. You're peasants. What are you doing? That's the Pisces and Bible era taught us. So again, we were taught to deny and ignore our gifts and passions and our true desires. We were again taught blind faith, emotional suppression, self-sacrifice, illusion, denial, because this passing year taught people to hide their truth and not express it. Now, look, we have an obese freaking tsunami of truth that's coming out like a freaking tidal wave. However, there are good things that age did teach us. Okay? So please don't misunderstand. We did get something from this passing age. We learned compassion and imagination, empathy, spiritual curiosity. You see, Pisces age gave us a heart. And of course, this coming Aquarius age gave us clarity and a new beginning and a fresh look and a breath of fresh air. The truth. So the Pisces age definitely gave us compassion. You know, it gave us a need to believe in the unknown. You know, but don't be fooled by the unknown to the point that you don't see reality either. Because this age will give you clarity. So it teaches you to have a balance of both imagination and reality. So that's what the Pisces age did give us. Okay. Now, this transition here from believing to thinking, as you see there, from believing to thinking, the age of Pisces taught us how to believe. The age of Aquarius teaches us how to think, how to talk, how to research. The age of Pisces taught us how to believe, have imagination, have empathy, have heart. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not real. But both of these ages together gives you a balance. Okay. Yes, and Aquarius can't date each other. They will be the perfect match for each other, but beware they may clash. So yes, they can. Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. As you see here, Aquarius, this is the Aquarius, the water, the storms, the darkness, to believe there was something there, but we were all in the dark. Aquarius is the storm, but it also gives you a clear vision at the end. After every storm and tornado, the air is crisp. It's chaotic because you definitely see everything. You see the aftermath of the storm, but you also see the sunlight, you see the sky, and it's beautiful sometimes. So it offers that clear light. It offers the clarity. You can finally exhale and breathe. If you have been trying to be so good and you don't have anything to hide, I'm not talking about vanity, I'm not talking about security. I'm talking about you don't have anything to hide. You treated everyone with respect and kindness. You tried your best to be good. You have done a few crazy things in the past, but nothing to substantiate a huge tower falling or reaping or a huge lesson to be learned. You can finally exhale and allow people to see your true, authentic self. That's what this age would do. You went from believing to finally thinking. You went from being brainwashed to finally seeing clear. Now, why do you feel different? Well, you may feel like something changed. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not changing. So remember, you were in the storm, you were in the darkness. Now you're coming from the storm, you're coming from the darkness. So you may feel like something changed. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not changing. You're waking up. You're shedding your old emotional stuff if you see in his image. You're shedding your old emotional programming. You're craving truth. You're waking up to your identity. You're not changing. You're just becoming clear. You're also finding the truth about everyone and everyone else too. So everything else that has been a complete illusion and lies, you're going to find the truth about all them motherfuckers, okay? Just want to be real. So it's going to be less tolerance for illusion. You're not going to want fake people anymore. They're going to ignore you to death. You want more desire for the truth. Like, I need to know the truth. This does not sound right. I don't want to hear the lies anymore. I want to hear the truth. Emotional clarity. You want to know what the deep emotional reason for everything. Your identity will be awakened. People will see you for who you truly are. If you are genuinely soulfully good person, they will see that. If you genuinely a rude, evil, vindictive, stuck up, just conniving, just rude to the core, they will see that. They will see that. You're not gonna be able to hide. It's gonna be like a truth serum. I don't know who did that. I did not do that. You guys saw that, right? You guys saw that. That, see, I did not do that. I don't know who the fuck did that. Yeah. Now you're seeing what's going on my page because I did not do that. Now, this here, I wanted to play a clip for you guys, but I already posted the clip already in my shorts. So I'm just gonna, let that ride. But here is what I want you guys to understand here. I want you guys to see the before and aftermath of everything that's been going on. We're going to see the past and the present. You see the Age of Pisces was emotional, belief-driven, illusion, sacrifice, confusion, suppression, escapism, mutable signs activated. Those are the signs within the fixed cross. The Pisces, the Virgos, the Geminis, the Sagittarius. The Age of Aquarius, which is the present. Mental clarity, truth-driven, awareness, identity being exposed. Purpose being caught out. You're going to see it. Expression. People are going to be expressing themselves in very truthful ways to the point like, okay, rude, but, they just being honest. They're not going to have that filter to lie anymore. And there is a level of decorum. But people are just going to be honest as hell. Seriously. They're not going to even know why they're being honest. They just don't feel the need to lie. People are going to feel more awakened. And of course, the fixed signs will be activated, which is the Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Okay. Now, I want to end it saying this, and I'm going to do some Q&A. If you feel different, it's because the world is different. You're stepping out of an old belief system. You're stepping out of an age of confusion and into an age of clarity. And you're right on time. You're living to see a new age and a new clear way of living. With that said, are there any questions before I end the live show? I hope I answered all the questions that were thought or sought. If I got anything wrong in terms of my speech or confused, I'm sorry. I'll be in a whole different zone. Sometimes I'll be knowing what the hell I'll be saying seriously. It's like I step into some kind of, I don't know, side of myself. I'll be in the zone, seriously. So I'll probably say some off the wall and things that probably make sense. Forgive me, I just be in the zone. Oh, well, thank you, Andrea. Thank you. So if there are any questions, let me know now. Before I move on here. Let me see if I can answer some freestyle questions that people will primarily ask. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I appreciate it. Now, these are the most common questions that people ask. Why did the Age of Pisces feel so emotional? Because Pisces is a water sign. The whole year was emotional, intuitive, and belief-driven. People were taught to feel, not to think, to follow, not question. That emotional weight wasn't personal. It was just generational. Any element of that sign in that era. Why? And people sometimes ask, why did Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius feel it the most? Because they're the mutable cross, the fixed cross of that age. The signs that absorb, adapt, and carry the energy of the era, Pisces carried the emotions, Virgo carried the responsibility, Gemini carried the information, and Sagittarius carried the meaning. That's why. People sometimes ask, why does the shift into Aquarius feel so intense? Because Aquarius is the opposite of Pisces. Okay? Literally opposite. Not opposite in terms of zodiac like Aquarius and Leo, but the opposite, like completely different identities. Pisces is emotion. Aquarius is clarity. Pisces is a belief. Aquarius is the truth. When the energy flips, people feel it in their mind, identity, and purpose. Another question. Does this mean Pisces people are doomed or weak? No, Pisces wasn't weak. Pisces was overloaded. They were carrying emotional weight for the entire age. Now they're learning boundaries, clarity, and self-protection. Okay. Another question. What are we supposed to do during this transition? Release old emotional programming. Question what you were taught to believe. Get clear who you are. About who you are. Aquarius is about identity, truth, and awareness, not sacrifice. Another question some people ask. Why does it feel like relationships and friendships are shifting? Because the Pisces age bounded the people through emotional obligation. The Aquarius age bounds people through the truth and alignment. Like I have to be aligned with you, not emotional obligation or financial obligation. Okay, that's not going to be the importance anymore. If not aligned, it falls away. It falls apart. Another question people ask, is this shift spiritual? No, it's psychological, it's generational, it's cultural, it's collective. People call it spiritual because it feels internal, but it's really a shift in consciousness. Oh, yes. Some people might reach to Christ-like consciousness. Okay. Some people question this. This is another question. How long does this transition last? Transitions between ages sometimes take decades. You're living in the overlap. Okay. The dissolving of Pisces and the rise of Aquarius. That's why everything feels unfamiliar, because we're in the eclipse right now. Pisces is moving away and Aquarius is moving in. They're overlapping each other. Literally. How do I know if I'm waking up? This is how you know. You start questioning things you used to accept. You stop tolerating emotional manipulation. You crave clarity. You want truth more than comfort. You want to learn the truth about everything. You're no longer accepting things that you didn't care about or just thought it was good. That's how you know you're waking up. The last question people ask, what's the biggest difference between Pisces and Aquarius? Pisces taught us how to feel. Aquarius teaches us how to think. Okay? So again, you're not losing yourself. You're shedding the emotional weight of an entire age. You're stepping out of an illusion and into clarity. And guess what? You're right on time. That's good. You should question everything. You said you got 2 kids by an Aquarius and he's been the best friend. We get married. I bet. And our kids are grown. Oh, really? Okay, that's good. Yeah, so wow. Fantastic. I know you're an Aquarius. I know. You was literally at the cusp of Aquarius too. I mean, you were literally right there. Seriously. You was just one day from being a Pisces. Whew, well, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for staying the duration of this video. I will definitely have the timestamps within the hour for those ages. Oh, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful night. I hope this answers all the questions you have. Bye, you guys. Buenas noches. And thanks for whoever gave me gifts. Thank you. If you want to give me your gifts, the link is below. I really appreciate all the gifts. You have a wonderful night, you guys. Love you. Bye.
We see you. We remember. I am the storm. I am the silence. I am the truth unveiled. You are seeing
You are enough. You are enough. You are enough.